Welcome to the Forward Focused FlashCast, bite-sized episodes on becoming an effective, well-rounded leader that you can implement right away. And today, we're discussing the 3 cornerstones that you must include in your goal setting. 3 things you can focus on that when you implement them into goal setting and communicate them out through your organization, helps you ensure that you achieve and elevate your game. So you're sitting back and you're looking at how did my year go, or my last 6 months, or even last month go, and you're thinking, what can make the next month, the next 6 months, and the next year even more productive? Well, there's 3 areas that I encourage every leader to look at when they're goal setting for their company or organization. The first is in growth and retention. Growth and retention. Let's look at growth first. Growth is obviously new growth for your company, new expansion for your company or business. This can be growth in people, it can be growth in transactions or units or a sales quota that you'd like to hit. Growth could be a new relationship that you're looking to establish. I mean, heck, it could even be a new expansion location that you're looking to take on, maybe your first physical space in your business. So when you think about growth, you want to put down metrics that you can say, did I actually achieve this area of growth that I was setting to do? It could be something like, okay, this year I averaged 10 transactions a month in my business, and next year I want to average 12 transactions a month. And that would be 24 additional transactions for the year. If you're a photographer, it could be adding 1 more photo shoot a weekend, right? Which would be 4 more a month, 36 more a year. You get the idea. Growth is all about setting numbers and looking at what's feasible in your business and how you can go to that next level. One more thing to keep in mind. Oftentimes I see business or business leaders, they want to double their growth or triple even their growth. What you want to look for, a conservative and healthy growth that has a nice trajectory of success, is anywhere from 10 to 20%. 10 to 20% growth in your business. Now, keep in mind, every industry is a little bit different, but that's a good rule of thumb. It's consistent, it's sustainable, and here's the thing, your systems can keep up with 10 to 20% growth. They oftentimes can't keep up with 50 or even 100% growth. Growth without retention doesn't make a lot of sense. So here's the one tip I would give on goal setting for retention. Break down the clients, the contracts, or the employees that you're working with, and make sure you carve out time every single week to touch on those contracts, those clients, or those employees. Literally time block in your schedule and create a hit list of folks that you want to follow up with and make sure that you're loving on so you don't lose your current business or current operation in the pursuit of more or the pursuit of growth. One way that I do that is every day at the end of each business day, when I close out my day, I do something called a rundown. And as a part of that rundown, I look at who are the 3 to 5 current business relationships that I'm going to nurture or touch the next day. It can be a simple gratitude call. It can be a quick hello text. How are you? How's the family? How's business? It could be a reach out and say, hey, I saw your kids hockey tournament on Facebook this weekend. How did it go? Did he score those goals? I know he's been working on his slap shot. So the idea of retention goes hand in hand with growth. It's very important, and you have that time blocked on your schedule every day. Up next is productivity. So when you're thinking about setting production goals, this is different than growth for one simple reason. This is looking at efficiency at a per unit or per experience metric. So for example, I'm going to go to real estate because it's what I know. Obviously, I could hire 10 new agents in a given month. There's a difference though if I hire 10 new agents or if I hire 10 agents and one of them has 10 listings right now from another company, right? So what I want to do is I want to say I'm going to hire 10 new agents a month with an average production of 10 listings coming aboard each month. If I do that, I'll grow the company by 120 listings by the end of the year, right? So the production numbers are very important. Maybe it's looking at if the average commission in real estate is right around that 3% mark, what is my goal to get that metric to the 3%? If I am hosting sales parties, or maybe I'm launching one of those beauty businesses where I'm selling hair products or makeup, maybe your goal for production is I want to have 2 or more of these meetings a month with an average attendance of 10 people, or an average attendance of 5 new people with 5 returning. When you start putting numbers and specific benchmarks around your production goals, it allows you to maximize your efficiency and time, and then of course, hopefully protect the bottom line and your profitability. So make sure that you're inspecting the expectations that you've put in place with metrics in your production. And then lastly, of course, all businesses, even non-for-profits, they are in the business of having a healthy bottom line, right? You want to have profitability at the end of the day. And so when you think about this, there's a couple great strategies in goal setting that help you with that. Number one, whatever your metric is, we've talked about growing certain metrics through relationships or sales or transactions. We've talked about getting more out of each transaction or having benchmarks to make each transaction better. When you're looking at the bottom line, how could you do that same transaction, manage that same client, or grow a new contract with 2% less expense? Oftentimes when I talk with business leaders, they say, Jon, you challenged me to cut my bottom line by 10%. Add 10% to my bottom line, take it away from the expenses. That seems overwhelming to me. Here's what you do. Over the next 5 months, cut by 2%. And if you cut by 2% over 5 months, that's the same as cutting by 10%. And here's the coolest part. Whether you're a shop of 1 or you have a team of 10 or a team of 100, when you cut by 10%, that all moves straight to your bottom line, which you can then turn around and take as profit in your business. Another really good strategy to think about in terms of profitability is holding every dollar accountable when you assign it. So maybe something that you assigned a year ago or maybe even 2 years ago doesn't make sense today. For example, I did an audit in my small business, Forward Focused, and I was spending about $120 a month on coffee. Now, for those who know me, you know that I love coffee, and I think it's the drink of all small business entrepreneurs. It keeps us going, right? Well, here's the thing. Panera Bread came out with $8.99 subscription for unlimited coffee. 1 coffee a day for $9 a month. Immediately when I pivoted to that, I was able to add over $100 a month into my Forward Focus bottom line, which of course will ultimately impact its profitability. So in summary, when you're goal setting and thinking about the major areas that should be included in your goal setting for the next year, the next month, anything in between in your business, you want to have growth and retention. You want to have productivity and metrics that you can mark. And lastly, you want to have bottom line expense management, which will ultimately lead to profitability. When you focus on these 3 things, I promise you're going to have a more effective strategy in achieving your targets that you set for you and your business. If you found value in today's content, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a lesson to be the leader you deserve to be. And until next time, lead on.